Hi, it's Craig, WJ6F. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Radioddity's newest radio, the GC-5, and we'll get to it right after this. Okay, the items you get in the box, you get the wrist strap, you get the owner's manual, tactical TED earpiece and mic combo, the radio itself, belt clip, 1800 milliamp hour battery, the antenna, the charger itself, and the way these chargers are going now, they have these little inserts that you put inside the charger. I think what they're going to do is just make one style of charger and then different inserts to fit the radio. Well, the manual is actually very well written. I didn't find any real issues with it. Gives you your usual table of contents, some getting started, and some warnings, safety tips, main features, how to charge the radio, what the different indicator lights are. Then you have your installation of accessories. Gives you a good description of what everything is and what all the icons on the screen are. Some more about the indicator light for transmitting and receiving. Basic operations. How to use the radio. Doing the regular commercial FM stations. How to program and set up your repeaters. Shortcuts, scanning. Let's talk about the stopwatch that's in here, and I'll show you how to get to that a little later. Give you a little guide for what all the menu options are and the shortcuts for the menu options and some specifications. Okay, quick tour of the radio. On your left side, as you can see, they have a little flashlight icon. You short press that, you get the solid light. Press it again, you get a strobe. Turn it off with one more click. Now if you press and hold, you get the alarm. Middle button, push to talk. This bottom one here gives you the commercial FM. If you press and hold that, it is a monitor. On the top of the radio, you have your antenna. Again, the flashlight, your transmit and receive LED icon, power and volume knob. On the right side, pull this flap open for hooking up programming cables and mic sets. On the front, it's the screen. You have your up and down arrow. This gets you into the menu, VFO memory. AB selects either channel A or channel B, and this exits the menu, and then you have your standard 9 key with some shortcuts. On the back, as you can see, the battery has to be screwed in. At the time of filming this video, this radio is going for $26.99. It's dual band. They say it goes up to 5 watts, which we will test later. 999 channels. Has a remote frequency copy. I'll show you how to use that a little later on. Color screen, 1800 milliamp hour battery, and it will do NOAA, as well as the commercial FM. You can get it either European 220 or 110 for the US. They do give you the FCC ID, so supposedly this is all legal. The usual 104 DCS and 50 CTCSS frequencies. Here's where they talk about wireless frequency copy. Now in the manual, I couldn't find anywhere on how to do this. You actually have to come to the website, and it talks about it right here on the last sentence under this picture. Now you can customize your power on picture. Here's some more features about the radio. Some of the specifications. They say right here under power that it's 5 watts on high, 2 watts on low, and again, we will check that out. Again, they show you the different icons on the screen, the weather channel numbers along with their corresponding frequencies, DTMF information, some charger tips, and what comes in the box. On Amazon, it is still going for $26.99 as well, but right here they have an 8% coupon. Everything else is the same on here. They give you a lot of the same pictures, and again, the how-to for the wireless frequency copy. In fact, we will be testing this with the GS-5B. Let's take a look at the menu. If you're familiar with Baofeng, you'll recognize this menu. It's pretty much the same, although this one's a little more advanced, looks a little nicer. Push this top green button, gets you into the menu, and you can program how long you want it to be in the menu before it kicks you out. First we have squelch. Then we go to step. I have mine set for 2.5. Transmit, high or low power. You have save. You have your Vox information. Wide, narrow. I believe this has to do with the backlight. If you want to listen to the beeps. Timeout timer, I have mine set to 120 seconds. Receive CTCSS, receive DCS, and then you go to transmit CTCSS and transmit DCS. And so you can scan for a CTCSS code or a DCS code. CTCSS save mode. If you want the voice on or off, your language. This is where you set up some deep TMF. Push to talk ID. Now on this one you can choose if you want band A, if you want that to show the name of the channel you're calling, or if you want to show the frequency. Same with B. You can set it to auto lock the radio. This is your repeater shift, your repeater offset, be it 0.6 or 5.0. This is where you lock in your memory channel, and you can delete memory. You set up a Roger beep, and this is where I was telling you you can set it up for however long you want before it kicks you out of the menu. Your Vox delay. This is your power on message. You can either have logo or the voltage. This is where you reset either the VFO or everything in the radio. Power on password. And this is the stopwatch. And the way you get into that, go ahead and press the menu button, and then it goes into stopwatch. To start the stopwatch and stop it, you'll press the menu button. That starts it, and then press it again to stop it. Now, it won't do a lap like most stopwatches will. If you push it, it starts it over. To get out of it, just exit. Then the last one, it shows you the version and your hardware setting for your firmware. And there's 46 total menu items. Now to get to the weather channel, it's actually quite easy. Just press and hold the 0 button, and it'll jump to it. Now if you hold the pound button for about 3 seconds, it'll put it into scan mode until it finds a frequency. To take it out of scan mode, again, press the pound button for 3 seconds, and it stops. You can get out of it by hitting the exit button. To use the wireless frequency copy, what you're going to do is you're going to press and hold the exit button. Now see, it comes up search, and it says UHF. To switch it to VHF, press the pound key, and it switches. Now it's searching. As you can see, it gives you the CTCSS tone, the 103.5, as well as the frequency you transmit on for the repeater. You don't get the full picture of what the repeater is, the transmit and receive frequencies. Now using this with simplex, again, go ahead and press and hold the exit key. You'll get search. We're going to switch it over to VHF because we're going to do the national calling frequency. On the radio we want to get it from, you press and hold the push to talk. For some reason, it doesn't always work. You may have to try it a couple times. I don't know why this problem exists. It could be something that'll be fixed with a firmware update. Okay, right quick, I'm going to show you how to program a repeater into the radio. First thing you want to do is make sure that you are in VFO mode, which we are, and you switch back and forth from memory to VFO with this button right below the menu button. You're going to input the frequency you want, which is 145.220. Then go into the menu, and you're going to go to item number 12. Set your CTCSS. In this case, we want 103.5. And you can hold the button so that it gets there quicker. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to menu item 28. This is where you're going to pick the direction. And we want negative. Lock it back in. Then we're going to go to menu item number 29. And we're going to do the offset. Lock it in. And then we're going to go to menu item number 30 and store it. And we want to go to channel 15. Lock it in. And it's saved. Back out of the menu. Switch over to memory. And you can see we're in there. We're unable to test it because people are currently using the repeater. And with this, you cannot put a name tag in there. You'll have to use the computer to do that. Okay, we're going to check out the harmonics of this radio, make sure that it's legal per the FCC. As you can see, we have the radio set to 146.520. We are on low power. Okay, let's give this thing a little bit to settle down. Okay, this is not looking good at all. Everything is above the blue line, which makes it a fail for the FCC, as well as the height of each of the harmonics. You got number 2 at 8.2, number 3 at 35.6, and number 4 at 33.6 dB. Okay, we're going to do a quick power test on this radio. As you recall, when we looked at the website, it said that low power should be 2 watts and high power should be 5 watts. We're going to start with the national calling frequency on the top. We have both of them set to low for 2 meters and 440. And we're not even at a half a watt. Switch to high power. Okay, we're on high power. And we're not even at 3.5 watts. Now switch down to 440, low power, and we're a little over 3/4 of a watt. Again, it should be 2 watts. Now let's check high power, and we're not even at 2.5 watts, or barely 2.5 watts. That's half of what it should be. My opinion on this radio? Well, it has some good potential behind it. I think there's some good attempt at making it. It just needs to be tweaked a little. One, they need to work on the wireless frequency copy, which can be probably something as simple as a firmware update. They did say that low power would be 2 watts and high power would be 5 watts. And as we saw, that wasn't true at all. The other thing that really needs to be fixed, because right now it is not a radio that can be used legally here in the US, and that is the harmonics. They fix those 3 things and it'll be a solid radio. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you'd like to help support the channel, there is a Patreon link in the description area. And while you're here, why don't you check out one of these other videos. And thanks again for watching.